Good evening, everybody. We are live coming to you from Acumen Stadium here in the campus of St. Clair College in Windsor, Ontario. Final regular season match is upon us. Fanshawe Falcons in town to take on the Saints. Hello, everybody. My name is Dan Dominguez. And the Wee Digital crew is going to have all the action today here on Seniors Day. We're going to get to the starting lineups quickly before they kick off. Starting lineup for the visiting Fanshawe Falcons. They're led by Rob Pereira, 10-year head coach. Dylan De Silva is your keeper. Singh, Costa, Darius Darling, Kubali, Doria, Hoffbauer, Morgan, Taylor, Cabral, and Wazak. And we should have a moment here to get to the Saints starting lineup. They're led Gianni Ferry, first year as the bench boss, second year with the Saints. Their keeper, as always, is Max Rahi. They'll have Patrick Mayu, Mateo Ventura, Noah Bronco, Brody Reno, Max Rahi, we mentioned the keeper, his brother Nick Rahi, Michael Jaworski, DeWitt Solomon, Zachary Soberai, Thomas Saba, and Aaron Thwaites is your starting 11 for the St. Clair Saints, and we're underway here at Acumen Stadium. The final home game of the regular season before we hit playoffs. The Saints will look to have a home playoff game next Wednesday. They have some business to take care of here against the Fanshawe Falcons and on the weekend at Conestoga. The sun is set out to the west, 13 degrees, clear night, feels like 12, getting a little bit cooler down there on the pitch. Turned over quickly, the Saints will have control. As they'll look to throw in. They're going to backtrack. That's Reno throwing it back. De Silva, the keeper for the Falcons. 8 games played, 18 goals against. He's played 630 minutes, 10th in the league in saves, a .257 goals against. That one's going to go the other way. Throw in for the Falcons, moving quickly. And the Falcons are going to go all the way back to midfield. Soberai chases. Keeper for the Saints, Max Rahi, 5-2-1. 8th in save percentage and goals against, 125 goals against on the season. Here come the Falcons. Falcons chip one in, and Rahi sprints out of his net. As you recall, last match, Rahi took a couple of hard bumps, but the Saints with a literally last second goal to take a big 3 points in that one. His brother Nick with the game winner. There's a ball into the edge of the box. Saba comes back to defend and clears. Solomon turns it right back over. This one moving quickly here. And Fanshawe is going to regroup back at midfield. Reno steps over that ball as it trickles over the boundary line. It'll be a throw in for the Saints. Back in their own defensive third. That one gets knocked down. That's Jaworski for the Saints, and they get it to clear as Soberai tries to run it down. They're going to head it all the way back to the keeper. The Saints wearing all white, going from right to left across your screen. Falcons wearing black with some red trim. We're just underway here. Match number 2 of the day. The Saints women's team got a big 3 points, defeating the Falcons 5-1. We saw a historic goal for the Saints. Vicky Walsh getting 2 goals and is now the all-time goal scorer in women's soccer for Saints history, passing Misty Finley. Back in the late 90s, 97 through 99, Finley had 27 goals. Walsh got 28 and 29 earlier today. So congratulations to her. More importantly, the Saints picked up a big 3 points. Here comes Soberai down the left side. Gonna look for a crossing ball. Sends it all the way, but headed away, and that's gonna head towards the Saints bench. The Saints are gonna let that cross the line. That's gonna be a throw in. The Saints have a chance. The women's Saints have a chance for that 1 seed still if they can take care of business at Conestoga. Chipped nicely towards this net. There's Saba. Saba in the box. That ball high up in the air. Solomon in the neighborhood, trying to take it away from the Falcons defender. They just push it out, and that's going to spin past the boundary line. Another throw in. The Saints trying to apply some pressure. Just a short throw in. There's Patrick Mayu now. Patrick Mayu was honored before the game. There was a number of Saints honored, but Mayu is one of them. Fifth-year player out of Amherstburg, one of the graduating players for the Saints soccer team. There's Aaron Thwaites. Saints try and move it up the right side. Midfield, and they push it all the way back to Mayu. Mayu to the middle. That's Jaworski working the middle. 5'9" out of Windsor, Holy Name, second year. Far side, Soberai trying to battle for it. That's going to go past the boundary line. That's going to be a goal kick. Falcons goalie puts it into play. That's De Silva. De Silva's out of London, Mother Teresa Secondary School. Looks like they have 5 players from that high school. Here comes Solomon. Solomon loses it from the Falcons defender. Battle for it on the far side. It crosses the boundary line, gets kicked up. And it looks like it's going to be a throw-in. Which way is it going? It's going in favor of the Saints. So they've won the throw. Oh, they're calling it a free kick now. So either a foul or a handball called on the far side. I couldn't quite see from my vantage point. The left boot coming in, so equivalent to a corner kick. Gonna send one towards the goal. High up in the air. Oh, back heel kick, but saved. That looked like Soberai getting a piece of it. Oh, correction, that was Aaron Thwaites. So Thwaites has to come all the way back to help out defensively. Thwaites, a defender, getting in on that. They said not an official corner kick, but essentially it was. Here comes Ventura, leading goal scorer for the Saints. 5 goals out of LaSalle. Ventura is tied for 10th in goals in the OCAA. Here comes Solomon up the middle. Solomon tries to step around. Pushes out to the right side. Left boot towards the net. It's saved. There's a rebound. Kicked away by the Fanshawe defense. So the first big opportunity. There's been a couple saves made already by De Silva. And the Saints applying pressure. Kind of a different strategy we've seen from the Saints today. The last game we saw, they were really defensive-minded and scored late back against Mohawk last Saturday, October 4th, including that very good last-second goal by Nick Rahi to win that one in added time. Nice little touch pass. Mayu to Saba to the outside. Now they have Soberai running up the left side. Soberai tries to get around the defender. He does so. He's got some space. Kicks it towards the net. Stopped. Rebound. Stopped again. So maybe now we'll be able to take a quick look at those standings. You got standings or no? Oh, not now. Oh, not now, but we're going to wait for the corner kick. We'll get to the standings shortly. Fanshawe. They tried to put it in quickly, but done nicely by Saba to block it off, so let the defense set up. Saba jumps in the way. Oh, correction, that's not Saba, that's 25. That's Michael Jaworski from Holy Names High. Short pass, they try and give and go, but turn it over quickly. Sent up the middle, the keeper well out, 40 yards out of his net. And they send it to Solomon. Solomon tries to chip it forward. So De Silva coming way off his line to try and help out the back line of the Falcons. Nice little slide by the defender, the midfielder for the Saints, and the Saints are able to turn the ball over, and they're going to regroup near side, Brody Reno. Reno pushes it up to Ventura. The Saints elect to regroup. Back to Ventura. This time Ventura's got a little space. Tries to step to the middle, but bad pass, turns it over. Here come the Falcons. Pass behind the Falcons forward, and Saba controls. Saba to the outside. Nice little touch from Saba to the out. The Saints have a bit of a run here at midfield. Far pass near side Reno. He chips it forward. That's Ventura. That looks like the offside flag is up. And they're going to turn that one over. .13th minute. 0-0. Saints lost to Fanshawe 2-1 last year when these two teams met up. Saints quite a bit different team than last year. A lot of new faces, including head coach Gianni Ferri. Fanshawe tries their luck up the left side. Now boots one up the middle. Headed towards the goal. But Rahi puts his hand up, says he's got it. And now just bowls it out to Mayu. This ball gets sent back to the keeper. We're seeing Jaworski playing a lot of that middle. He's pointing instructions behind him on the backside. This ball sent on the far side. The Falcons have it. Saints are able to get it turned over, and just a big boot up the field. And now it's just a foot race. They tried to send, it looks like Soberai up the field. It got chipped away by a Falcons defender, so that's going to be a throw-in. And they kind of flipped the field after that kick up the field. The Saints are 2-2 at home this year. Fanshawe hasn't won on the road, 0-4 this season. They're on a 2-game losing streak where the Saints are on a 4-game winning streak. So they've gotten 12 out of a possible 12 points in their last 4. Oh, nice step through by Mayu. And now Solomon to the outside, but nobody was there. Middle of the field. Jaworski to Solomon. Solomon looking for space, none to be had. They're going to chip it near side to Reno. Reno to Solomon. Kicks it over to Ventura. And then a couple of black shirts there. And that ball gets turned over. That deflects, Mayu deflects it off the Fanshawe player, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Saints. We're nearing a quarter hour played. Long way to go in this one. 0-0. Saints have had most of the pressure. Nothing really significant towards Rahi yet. Fanshawe player whiffs on that one, and Fanshawe gets it right back as the Saints turn it over. So a bit of a back and forth one early on. These teams still feeling each other out. They're going to go all the way back to the keeper, and De Silva has it. Moving slow up the pitch. A couple nice passes, and here comes the Falcons. That's Curtis Singh. Singh and Doria working together. Doria Slides it to his left. Now they're heading towards the Saints bench. Midfield defender for the Saints steps up, but the Fanshawe still controls. Now Ventura all the way back helping defend. They try and chip it through the legs. Here come the Falcons. And now Solomon comes back to help out. And it looks like the Saints are going to almost escape. Still back, Mayu has control. So Fanshawe putting their first pressure of this match so far. Nothing really on net towards Rahi, but a little pressure applied to the Saints defense. Saints chip it up. Saba sprints up the field to try and catch up to that one. That looks to go off the Fanshawe player, and it does. So that's going to be a... So the Saints are going to have a good opportunity on the throw. They're usually able to reach it. As you see, 25 coming up. Michael Jaworski, second-year player. He's going to try and heave this into the box. He's got Soberai, Thwaite, Solomon, and a couple others in the area. That's headed away by the Falcons. Collision by Saba and sent towards the goal. An easy 2 or 3 hopper into De Silva. And De Silva's just going to bowl it off to his left. Fanshawe taking their time, working their way back up the pitch. Fanshawe will finish their season coming up against Redeemer, where the Saints have Conestoga in their final matchup. Those are on Saturday. This time they go all the way back, and the keeper's going to have to come well out of his goal area to come get that one as Soberai was lurking. Here comes Thwaite sprinting up. And the keeper, Max Rahi, has it. Max Rahi. Number of Cardinal Carter products out of Leamington that the Saints have. 4 different ones attended Cardinal Carter on this Saints roster. So it's going to be a throw in on the near side. Adrian Wazak. Headed away by the Saints, but the Falcons control. And this goes all the way back to Thwaite. They safely put it to the outside. Oh, nice step around. Is that Reno? I believe it is. Now he puts a big left boot on it to midfield. Falcons applying some pressure again. And finally, the Saints are able to control. And they're going for that long ball today. That's Soberai trying to chase. Let's see if he can keep it from crossing the line. No flag, so they play on. Left boot. Look out. Collision midfield. So back and forth. The Saints come away. Referee jumps out of the way. Saints player goes down, but they play on. That was Bronco hitting the turf. Falcons control in the corner. And looks like there's an offside flag delayed. I didn't see the flag up in front of us underneath our vantage point, but we're almost in the 20th minute. We're at 0-0. Saints with all 4 shots, and all of them were on goal, so 4 saves for De Silva. Nothing towards Rahi yet. The Saints elect to go back all the way to Rahi. Near side, pass up to Reno. Saints being pressured, but Reno finds a little bit of space. Oh, nice stop and go. Reno's got a little space. Oh, he misses the outside pass to Ventura. He froze the defender on a stop and go and had a little bit of space and tried to get Ventura out the left side, but just missed him on the entry pass. So again, the Saints with possession. Mayu tries to send the left boot into Solomon. Solomon kind of trips on the ball, but still retains. Puts on the brakes and now heads to his right. Goes all the way across, a beautiful ball on the far side. Middle to Saba. Saba chips one up into the box, and that's controlled. They had Nick Rahi on the right side. Nick Rahi, as you recalled, scoring that little screwball of a pass late in the game, just off the backside of his foot, curving it into the far post in added time with just mere seconds to go. As soon as they put the ball back to midfield, the referee blew the final whistle, and the Saints came away with a big 3 points. Give and go for the Saints, but that gets past the goal line, and that's going to be a throw or a goal kick for De Silva. Nearing the halfway point of the first half. You're watching men's OCAA soccer here on We Digital. Fanshawe controls, tries a big boot over to the far side, headed away nicely. Nice defend by the Saints. That's number 12, Noah Bronco. Noah Bronco, another one of the graduating players that were honored prior to the game. 6'2" out of Kingsville, another one of those Cardinal Carter products, fourth-year player. So congratulations to him on an outstanding career here at St. Clair College. Another offside flag, so the Falcons really trying to get those strikers pushed ahead, but as you see, the player well ahead of the final defender, Reno, before that ball was passed. So the ball's put back into play. Mayu has it. Sab is able to get around and chip it to the outside. Saints have it midfield in front of the Falcons bench now. Steps over one defender. And this time the Saints are going to try and come near side. A little bit more green on this side. Mayu trying to find someone. He's got Ventura. Ventura won't be able to catch up as the keeper has it. And he's eventually going to pick it up, and there you go. De Silva just picks it up as Ventura was lurking. The Saints player just shoves down number 3. That was Curtis Singh getting pushed down. As they play on. There's Thomas Saba. Saba with the ball. Pushes outside to Ventura. And that gets turned over, but all the way back to midfield, the Saints have it. Saba controls again. Saba, another graduating player. Cardinal Carter, 5th-year player out of Leamington. So congratulations to Thomas being honored prior to this match. This ball gets sent in towards the goal, but the Falcons defender is there. This ball is sent to midfield. A nice hustle back by the Saints to keep possession. That was Rahi, Nick Rahi, keeping the possession alive for the Saints, and they still retain. Mayu over the Reno. Reno working the left side, looking for an opening. Kicks it back to Patrick Mayu. That ball's headed towards the goal. The goalie's well out of position. Solomon was there, but the Falcons player, and there's one hit high over the bar. Not even close to the net. Got a little bit too underneath that one. Coming in, the running kick was Noah Bronco. He has 1 goal this year. Ten different goal scorers for the Saints this season, so a well-rounded effort from Coach Ferry's team. Mateo Ventura leading the way with 5, but having 10 different players who have scored this year has got to be a good problem to have when you know more than one guy can put the ball in the back of the net. That ball gets chipped up towards the Fanshawe bench, and that'll be a throw-in awarded to the Falcons. So this game moving right along here. We're in the 26th minute. Still no score. 5 shots for the Saints. Still no shots attempted by the Falcons. That ball tries to get sent in. Saints, Rahi was there but couldn't control. And here come the Falcons. Give and go to the outside. Tries to split the defenders. They do. But it's coming in nicely. The Saints defense, Saba's there, and they'll regroup. Solomon now works his way up, tries to split the middle, had Ventura slicing in, but unable to connect. Here come the Falcons. 3 white shirts surround the Falcons forward, and they chip it towards the net, but no black shirts in the area. That was Dan Morgan. He was the closest player, 6-footer out of Westminster High, first-year player. The leading goal scorer for the Saints is number 10, Dante Doria. 3 goals on this season, 5-7 out of London. One of the Mother Teresa products we talked about earlier in the match. 5 of them on this Falcons team. That one right near the sidelines. Morgan, nice footwork to keep it in favor of the Falcons. There's Morgan, nice little pass inside. Ventura comes and defends. There's a whistle. Foul called against the Saints. A little bit too much clutching and grabbing there, as Ventura kind of pulled Morgan to get past him. Referee spotted it and awarded the foul and the free kick for the Falcons. Here come the Falcons. They have one in. Oh, he's in alone. The goalie comes sliding up, but another offside flag on the near side. Just got ahead of the action. Let's see. Oh, yeah, well offside on the far side. That looked like number 9. That's Isaac Koulibaly. You can see sneaking in on the replay. Here come the Saints right back, just inside the box. He gets taken down. A little bit extra embellishment on the fall. Not enough to draw a whistle. And you can see him go down. It looked like it was a little bit extra on that. Not enough contact to draw the PK. So a little back and forth action between Fanshawe and St. Clair here in the last few moments. We're now entering the 29th minute. Saints go back to Mayu, just over the head of Saba, but it still goes to a Saints player. Saba to Solomon. Solomon tries to dance through. Solomon gets taken down, and that will be a foul called, as Solomon kind of is going to be slow getting back to his feet, but he looks like he's going to be okay. But this will set the Saints up into a nice area. About 25 yards out. They're going to line up for a really good chance here with nearing the half-hour mark of this first half. Saba lines up on the right boot. Can't quite see who's on the left side. They're ready with the left foot. So now Mayu runs into the action. The left boot goes up and over and just misses the top right corner of the goal. A nice attempt to try and hook it in. And that was Nick Rahi, with the big left boot. Saints get another shot towards the net, but just missed a little bit wide. And this game remains 0-0. Fanshawe regroups back in their own side. Again, Fanshawe, not a big goal-scoring team, just over a goal per game. They've given up 20 goals this season, with St. Clair unable to cash in so far. I'm sure a low-scoring game is what Fanshawe is looking for. This one's a little bit of trouble. The Saints are able to get it to the outside, as Max Rahi was well out of off his line. And they're going to regroup all the way back to Rahi. And that ball's right near the boundary line. It's finally going to be, now the flag's up. And that's going to be a throw-in. Looks like we might have our first substitution of the match, as a Fanshawe player waits on the sideline. So first substitution of this match, just over half an hour in. 6 shots to none in favor of the Saints, but still no score on the board, as the new Fanshawe player comes in. They're going to throw in front of the Saints bench. Bumped off the ball. Battling forward is Saba, but Falcons come away with it. That pass jumped in front of by a Saints defender. Now Solomon with Ventura on his wing. Solomon with a head of steam now puts on the brakes. And decides to go all the way back, but it skips off the foot of the defender, Mayu, but Mayu is able to keep the ball in front of him. And chipped ahead. And Reynolds tries to get control, but unable to do so. As number 14, Zach Taylor, gets it away. And this one's going to go all the way to the keeper. And he easily controls. Scoops it up and bowls it out to the right. Try and chip it up to Soberai, but the defender jumps the pass and steals. On the edge of the box, tries a centering ball, unable to cross. And that ball gets deflected away. That's going to be a throw-in deep back into Saints' defensive third. They get it in quickly. Left boot towards the goal, blocked. Chipped up, tried to clear away, not cleared out very well. Big right boot in towards the goal, headed towards the net, but deflected away. And the Falcons will have possession. So the Falcons get set up for a corner. They have a couple players down there, one short. They're going to just do the quick little pass in and try and work their way into the box. Left footer, headed towards the goal. Headed a couple times, right boot, and that's going to go well wide of the mark. And that'll be a goal kick for Rahi. .34th minute, still 0-0. Saints control at midfield. Sabo with a big ball in to Solomon. Solomon tries to control. Has the ball on a string here, it looks like. As he still has it. Dances through a few players looking for the cross. And Solomon still with the ball. Goes all the way back. And that one's deflected. And that heads towards the Falcons player. They play on. They thought maybe it crossed the line, but it didn't. So a throw in for the Falcons. Coming back to defend with Soberai. They try and cross it all the way. That's over the head of Reno. Morgan's there. Nice little slide by Reno to keep that one in front of him. And now the Falcons are going to regroup, and they're going to have another corner. So the last time they had the corner, they just did the little short control pass and worked their way in. Let's see if the Saints are, you can see a little bit more wise to it as they're bringing defender over now to watch that short pass. So Morgan is right near the corner. If they elect just to do the short pass or go with the long ball on the traditional corner kick. And that looks like what they're going to do. Here's the corner. Headed but towards away from the net. The Falcons still retain. Chipped up, headed away by Reno. Solomon, and just pushed away by the Saints. The Falcons really having some pressure. Ball in the corner. The Falcons bring it out. They try a cross, and that goes past the line. So another corner coming by the Falcons. Final 10 minutes or so. This one's sent in. Headed straight up in the air. Headed again by the Falcons. This one's finally going to get past the line. And that's going to be a goal kick for the Saints. So a little bit of pressure finally put on by the Falcons. 6 shots to 2 in favor of the Saints. Still no saves made by Max Rahi. Falcons getting their first pressure. Oh, dangerous pass. Almost got past the goal line. Would have resulted in a corner. But the Falcons are able to, or the Saints are able to try and escape their own end. A little heel pass, beautifully done by the Saints. And here come the Saints, have control. They try and push it up the middle. There's a player down. I don't know if that's a cramp midfield. Just went back on a non-contact injury. And they do blow it dead, it looks like. Or that ball just goes past the line. They're going to check on the player. So I think that could be Morgan. So they're calling in the trainer. So I'm not sure if we saw that one or not. Just kind of went down. Those non-contact injuries are sometimes the worst injuries. As the trainer's coming in to check on him. The St. Clair Saints will take on the Sioux Cougars in OFC semifinal action. The Saints looking for another Ontario championship, looking to defend their title again in the CJFL as they look to take on Sioux and then hopefully advance to the finals, which will all be here at Acumen until they reach the final 3 in all hopes. So now the players finally sitting up. So we couldn't quite see what the injury was, and it's good to see him actually getting up on his own power. So obviously a left leg injury. And that's Morgan coming off the field. So hopefully Dan Morgan's okay. Morgan has a goal, one of the strikers for the Fanshawe Falcons, 6 foot, first-year player out of Westminster. Making his way slowly to the sideline. So a little bit of delay as Morgan finally makes his way to the sideline. A substitute comes on. So a new forward for the Falcons coming into the match. That's number 9. He was a starter, Isaac Koulibaly. Koulibaly, 6'1", out of London, Sir Wilfrid Laurier High School. So the Saints have possession now. Mayu pushes it out far side, Thwaites. Dangerous, getting a lot of pressure. The fresh legs out there for the Falcons. And the Saints are able to get rid of this one. Nice little move by the Saints to get some space. That's Rahi on the far side. A boot towards the net. They got space. Oh, just misses the outside far post. A beautiful play by the Saints. Rahi with a head of steam. Solomon sent him forward. He got a right boot on it, but a nice save by the keeper. Dylan De Silva, the 6-footer out of London. So we're in the 41st minute now of the first half. 7 shots to 2 in favor of the Saints. There should be a little bit of added time with the recent injury to Morgan. Corner kick coming from the Saints. It looks like Saba. It's sent to the top. Solomon tries to keep it forward. The Saints control. Oh, nice step around. Oh, a little backside kick. Oh, just headed away last minute and cleared away by the Falcons. Couple knees and a foot, and the Falcons have something going here. They have 3 players up on the line. They chip one towards the keeper. Keeper out of his net. Towards the goal. Just wide of the net. Rahi's able to escape. So a quick turn of the field on that one. As Fanshawe had a couple nice passes to get a nice run. They don't get a shot on goal, but a nice opportunity nonetheless. Saba now. Saba has some space in front of him. Oh, we have another injury down on the far side. Someone kind of, again, a backside injury that I didn't see the contact. So the trainer getting a workout here in the first half for the Falcons. Their therapist, Rachel Harland, Taylor into the injuries of the Falcons. So now the Saints are going to work over to their bench, get a little bit of water. As we're in the first half, we're 0-0 here at Acumen Stadium. My name is Dan Dominguez. Thanks for joining us here on We Digital, bringing you all Saints action throughout the season, whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, or OFC football, volleyball, and basketball to follow. We're going to have OCAA baseball next Thursday, tournament over at Lacoste Park. The Saints are in that one in the playoffs. It'll be a 3-day tournament over at Lacoste Park, Thursday through Saturday. As always, you'll be able to see that action here on We Digital. They're going to drop this one into Saba. Saba has it midfield. They kick it in right side. Left footer, kind of a knuckleball near side. I don't know if Ventura is going to get there, and he doesn't. Looks like a substitute on the far side for the Falcons. Throw in near side for Fanshawe. And a big boot up the field. That spins right towards, that's Bronco. The Saints have it. Trying to look for space. Still 0-0. They've had a couple chances, the Saints have. Haven't been able to get anything past De Silva yet. That one pushed to the outside. Falcons have it at midfield. They try and push it forward, but Thwaites reads that one nicely and is the first one there. And now Thwaites has it with plenty of time. Now pressured by the Falcons a little bit. That ball gets turned over. A little scramble for the ball, and the Saints have it. Solomon, lots of space midfield. He's got Ventura sprinting down the left. He elects to go right. The defender's able to get a heel on it. That was 25 sprinting towards it, Jaworski. Jaworski midfield right along the sidelines. Saints still control. Kick towards. That's Soberai chasing. And Soberai is able to try and get around. And that's going to, oh, it might be a corner. No, just on the boundary line. And finally, the whistle blows. But that'll be a throw-in deep in the Falcons area. So we'll see if the Saints can get one thrown in towards the goal mouth. So a throw in on the far side. That looks like Jaworski getting ready to throw. Jaworski trying to get a running start off the fence. High into the air, a nice throw. Headed by Bronco, up and over the net. Bronco just got underneath that header. We're at 45 minutes now. We're at the full time of the first half. We're now in added time. Couple injuries from the Falcons are going to add some time to this first half. Long ball sent up by the Falcons. Bronco defends. That ball gets chipped away, and it looks like it might be a corner. It is. Corner kick coming for the Falcons. So a corner coming for the Fanshawe Falcons. That looks like Doria out there to take. He hands it off now to number 8. Ball sent towards the net, headed once away by the Saints. That was Darling with the the corner kick. Pushed away. Saba, all sorts of contact. They play on. Saba comes away with it as the Falcons player is holding his leg. And slow back up on his feet. They go all the way back to the keeper. And De Silva helps out the back line. Midfield, here comes Fanshawe again. Time running out in this first half. And that looks like another offside flag. It was on the near side. See the contact up the side. And that leads to the offside. And that is your first half, I believe, is complete. Nope, just still waiting officially. I think it is the end of the first half. It is. So after a half, we're 0-0 here at the Sports Park. Fanshawe, St. Clair. We'll take a short break. We're going to be back second half action here on We Digital. Welcome back, everybody. Second half action here from Acumen Stadium on the campus of St. Clair College here in Windsor, Ontario. 0-0 first half. As you saw right before the second half started, the shots on goal 7-2 in favor of the Saints. 5 saves by De Silva. Nothing needed to be saved by Rahi as of yet. Big 3 points on the line here for the Saints. They're standing in fourth place with 16 points, 5-2-1 record, thanks to a 4-game winning streak. There's a ball sent up, stopped by Fanshawe. The Saints have a possibility, if they can pull off 2 more wins on this streak, there's a chance that they could jump Conestoga, because they play Conestoga on Saturday, and could actually be the 2 seed with a pair of victories. But they need to take care of business here in the second half. Either way, St. Clair will be hosting a first-round matchup that should take place Wednesday evening. Fanshawe 1-6-1. Still not a lock for the playoffs. Lambton has 1 more match against Niagara. If they can somehow get a victory there, they would have a chance to pass Fanshawe. But Fanshawe looking for at least 1 point here today to try and shut the door on Lambton. Fanshawe has it midfield. Taken away by the Saints. That's Solomon. Solomon trying to send it up to Ventura. Ventura gets pushed off the ball. Heading towards the line. And that just drills it right off of Ventura's leg. So that'll be a throw-in for the Falcons. Quickly thrown in. And Solomon steals. Soberai with his back to the net, but in the edge of the box to Rahi. Oh, he's in. That could be an offside. The flag is up. Offside flag as Ventura just snuck in behind the back line of defender. You can see easy call on the offside flag against the Saints. This ball is going to be stolen away by Rahi. This is Nick Rahi. Scored the game-winning goal last weekend against Mohawk. Saints control far side. Solomon races for it. Hops over the defender. Saints still control. Oh, controlled nicely by the Saints. Just out of the reach. Almost an opportunity. There's a whistle. That's going to be in favor of the Falcons. They're going to control it. Fanshawe looks to work it over, but Ventura is able to head it, but it goes straight to a Falcons player. This one they're going to stop. That's Mayu. Puts the left boot on it, sends it ahead to Ventura. Ventura working with Solomon, tries to give and go, but the defender is there. That ball gets booted past everyone. They're going to have to chase down another soccer ball. They're usually on the end lines, and there's the ball boy, throws it in. And someone's going to have to retrieve that one in the bushes. The Saints have it in their back third. Looking to try the near side. That's Bronco looking for the give and go. He had Rahi with him. And that one's sent ahead. Solomon tries to run through the defender. Hits the St. Clair player up high. And this shoved over. As Bronco is slow to his feet. And it'll be a throw-in for the Falcons on the near Solomon sprinting in and got a nice running kick on that one. But this game remains 0-0. Big boot up the field. That one just pushed out past the boundary, so that'll be a throw-in for the Saints. And that throws in right to Saba. Saba throws it in the air. Solomon chases, headed towards the keeper. And De Silva pounces on it. Fanshawe has it. Saints trying to apply some pressure. That's Jaworski defending. Tries to force the turnover, and now he does. Reno looking for space. A little stop and go by Reno. We've seen some nice footwork from him here today. Mayu all the way back. Throws a left boot on it. Headed away. Solomon jumps the pass. Tries to get around one, now two black shirts. And Fanshawe takes over possession. And a left boot clears it. This is going to go all the way back. And Max Mayhew way out of this, off his goal line to get rid of that one. They tried a little pass down the left side, Brody Reno did. Unable to connect. Reno's out of Bell River, having a strong match here today. Now it's one kicked off of Saba, and that goes past the boundary at midfield. That'll be a throw-in. You can see Rob Pereira, the head coach for the Falcons in his 10th year, behind the throw-in, shouting out instructions for his team. Falcons are looking to try and get 3 points here, which would secure them a playoff spot. Even a draw would probably do that as well. Lambton only one match remaining. That's against Niagara. Entering the 54th minute. 0-0. This is match number 2 today, OCAA soccer. On the women's side of it, the Saints were victorious, 5-1. As they have one match remaining on the weekend. Both the men and women will be at Conestoga on Saturday to end their regular season. Today is Seniors Day, the final time some of these players will be playing a regular season match here on the turf at Acumen. Saints defend nicely, and that ball gets booted away at the left. Oh, they had the runner moving up quickly was 32 Soberai. Crossing ball towards the net. Handled nicely by Rahi, and that could be the first shot on goal for the Falcons. Oh, right on the boundary line, kept in nicely. Look at the speed. Beautiful dribbling up the sidelines, crossing ball. Ventura's over there. Let's see what he's got. Noah Bronco just sprinting down the sidelines, covering a lot of ground right in front of the grandstand. Nick Rahi down to Bronco. They work a two-man game. Big left boot, that's going to sail over everybody's head. Solomon's unable to keep that one from crossing the boundary line. And that'll be a throw-in far side for the Falcons. That one's booted high up in the air, right near the right sideline. That's going to go into the coaching area. And it's going to be a throw-in, it looks like it is, for the Falcons. Falcons have it just past midfield. They try and flip it up in the air. Brody Reno's back. Kicks it back over his head. They try and keep it in. They do temporarily. And the Saints have possession. They have two men with the ball. Heading up the left side. Near side, I see Rahi coming. Oh, Soberai tried to sneak through the backside. They tried to get him splitting. Here come the Falcons. Falcons centering ball, kicked away nicely. Still trouble. The ball's loose, left footer, short side, misses the goal. And another good opportunity from the Falcons, looking a little bit more life in their legs here in the second half. That'll be a goal kick for Max Rahi. Again, the Falcons trying to clinch themselves a playoff spot. The single point should do it. Saints trying to get all three to give them a shot at the 2 seed. Heading into the playoffs in just under a week. Both teams will be hosting. The men and the women will be hosting first-round matchups here at Acumen Stadium next Wednesday night. That ball gets headed away. Saba has it. Saba puts a big boot on it to the far side. Looks like Renault's over there. Renault looking for a cross. Puts the left boot on it towards the goal. Headed nicely. She scores! Soberai from Renault in the 57th minute. A beautiful header from Zachary Soberai, 6'3", out of Windsor St. Anne's. His first goal of the year, his first collegiate goal in the OCAA, Zachary Soberai. So Soberai, a first OCAA goal under his belt, heads it home on a beautiful crossing ball off the left boot of Brody Renault. Renault with a nice assist, and the Saints lead 1-0 in the 58th minute now. Here comes Rahi. Rahi's got Bronco sprinting down the right side, didn't see him. Now he comes near side. And they cross it over as Jaworski has to chase it down for the Saints. So we'll see what happens with the Falcons now as they trail by 1. Again, this team not a huge scoring team. Only 9 goals on the year. And we talked about the Saints' different goal scorers as the Saints try and come in again. With Soberai's goal, that's now 11 different goal scorers for Gianni Ferri's squad. So almost anyone that stepped on the pitch for them this year has a goal for them this year. Oh, stolen away by Rahi. Turnover, Soberai's in the area. Looking to get a boot on it. Big right foot, off the crossbar, no! Goes bar down and just stays out. A huge opportunity. Just barely stayed out. I think that was Renault on the left side. Saba battles. And gives everyone a breather going all the way back to Rahi as he chips it near side. Nice pass and handled beautifully by Bronco. He steps through a couple of black shirts and gets taken down. And that's going to be a foul called, I believe. And he's reaching for his pocket. That's going to be a yellow. And a yellow card is awarded. As Bronco's holding his tailbone area. Bronco, one of those graduating players out of Kingsville. The training staff comes out. There's the yellow card. I couldn't quite see the number, if it was 10 or 18. Those jerseys are tough to see from up here. Either Doria or Wazak. So the trainers are coming out to check on Noah Bronco. So back in the 57th minute from a crossing ball from Brody Renault. Zach Soberai was able to head it into the back of the net. And the Saints lead this one 1-0. There's a yellow card on the foul. Bronco is back up on his feet, still kind of holding the back tailbone area. Now seeing if he's allowed to stay on the pitch here. Usually when the trainer comes out, they'll come off, but it looks like Bronco's going to stay in it. Took a hard fall after the foul. So Saba's got the free kick. He wastes no time sending in the Saints player, header towards the far side of the post. And that was going to be an offside anyway. The flag was up. Falcons get the ball in quickly. They have the ball on the near side. Saba defends. And now that's Rahi. Rahi's got it. Nick's got some space. He's looking for a crossing ball, some help. He's got Solomon. Goes towards the goal. Crossing ball. Solomon. Oh, Solomon takes a big swing at it. Almost Charlie Brown's that one with the whiff. Defender pulled that ball away at the last minute from the big boot of Solomon. And this one gets chipped all the way back to the keeper. As Rahi's going to wait till everyone gets in position before he bowls this one back into play. Mayu controls for the Saints. Up the sideline, that's going to cross the boundary. The Saints are going to look to throw in quickly. Right at midfield, they're going to go back defensive. Over an hour played now, just under half an hour remaining in this one. Solomon trying to step through, controls, chips it up. This one stays onside. Ventura's there, is able to keep it in. Moves around the defender on the right boot towards the net. Again, the header. Soberai almost had two headers in a row. A beautiful opportunity, a nice crossing ball from Ventura after he stepped around the defender. And that leads to a corner as Saba makes his way to the corner. And the header goes off the defender of the Falcons, leading to this corner. A little bit of a breeze. You can see that flag on the far side by the corner starting to blow a little bit. It's definitely cooled off here at Acumen Stadium. This one gets sent towards the goal, headed away by the Saints. Solomon puts a big left boot on it, but can't do anything with it. As it's now 12 degrees out there, feels like 10. Thwaite's trying to battle off his back line. He's got to get back defensively. They come near side. Nick Rahi. He's got Bronco. Bronco down a little bit earlier. Back to his feet. Crossing ball. Reno controls nicely. It gets kicked off his foot, but that's going to be a throw-in in good area for the Saints in the forward third. They elect to do the quick throw. Oh, it just skips past Solomon, but he still keeps it on his foot. Big right boot goes wide. Goal kick for De Silva and the Falcons. Far side. Now they come to the middle, the Falcons. They trail by one. Saints with a big goal back in the 57th minute. Played the first half at 0-0. A little bit of pressure now from the Falcons, and it results in a turnover. Heading towards the sideline. The Falcons still retain. Costa sends the ball to the middle. That's Taylor. Taylor back to Costa. Costa looking for space. Sends a little nice pass inside, but trapped in the corner. Tries to step around Bronco. That was a nice play by the forward for, I think that's Rodriguez for Fanshawe. Those numbers the red on the black, small numbers. A little tough to see at times from up in our vantage point. Corner coming in, headed towards the goal, scores! Fanshawe ties it up off the corner. A beautiful goal, headed home into the far corner over the head in the 66th minute. The Falcons tie it up. So a huge goal for the Falcons. Trying to see the number there. It might have been Costa. We'll wait for the official word. So a crossing ball. So they do give it to Costa. Here come the Saints. That one's just dribbled on towards the net. Didn't get much on it. That looked like, I think that was Rahid. So Eduardo Costa with his first goal. Here come the Falcons again. And that ball stays. And here come the Saints down the near side. So a big goal from Fanshawe to tie this one at 1. Nick Rahi goes all the way back. So the Saints with their 4-game winning streak on the line here with just over 20 minutes to go. Again, they have kind of fate in their own hands to try and get the 2 seed. If they can get 3 points here from Fanshawe and another 3 against Conestoga on the weekend, but the Falcons are putting up a fight. Another shot towards, that's blocked by a defender. And this time the Falcons go all the way back. Midfield. Solomon chases. Spun away. Here come the Falcons. Oh, the forward just kind of stepped past the ball and loses it. But the Falcons still have it. Saba tries to bump him off, and now a slide. And that's going to be a throw-in. So Saba slides in. Knocks the ball past the boundary. That'll be a throw-in for Fanshawe on the near side. Before the throw, they're trying to organize all their players, looking for a big throw-in towards the box. Headed away. It looked like a handball, and it was. I saw the referees. Yep, they did call that a handball, so the Saints will have it in their own area. And they blow that back into play. We got a bit of a delay here, waiting for, looks like, a substitution at midfield I'm seeing now. Saba coming off the pitch. Not a lot of substitutions for the Saints here today, but there's Saba coming off. So substitution complete. The Saints have it. Trying to get something going here. The Falcons tie it up. Oh, they tried a nice little give and go with Rahi and Bronco, but unable to connect on the pass. Throw in for Fanshawe. Couple of white shirts chase. Falcons going to try the far side. Ventura's over there, and they take the ball away. Sprinting up the field. Defender on his hip. And Silberai offside once again. It looks like Silva, I believe, coming in. It is. So while we see Guilherme Silva, number 10, we're going to mention that he's another one of the graduating players out of Sao Paulo. So congratulations to him. He was another one of the graduating players for the Saints. Honored prior to this match here today. big boot. This is going to reach all the way. And the final one before we miss it, we haven't seen him yet, but Alessio Mastriani, Windsor Holy Names graduate, was the final senior graduating from the program. Playing their last regular season home game here in front of their St. Clair faithful. High ball up, headed away by the Saints. Under 20 minutes to go here in this match. We're tied at 1. Saints come away. Ventura's got a head of steam, tries to chip it ahead to Soberai. Soberai really lurking up there on the forward position, 6'3" out of Windsor. Had the header in earlier, back in the 57th minute to open the scoring. And the 66th, Costa evens it up. This ball gets sent back to the far side to Mayu, chased tightly by a Fanshawe forward. Solomon racing for it. They're going to probably go back to the... No, he hangs on to it. I thought they might go back to De Silva. Saints control far side. Looking for space. They might try a big ball in. Nope. Hangs on to it again. That's Silva. And finally running out of space is Solomon, but Silva has it. And finally, Fanshawe is able to control, and they're going to look to get this one out of their back third. Chip it up to midfield, and now regroup back on their back line. They come near side to flex off the forward's foot. Can't control past the boundary line. That's going to be a throw-in. Bronco has it. They try and push it up. Nice play by Nick Rahi just to let that pass the line and get the throw in. He would have been trapped up against the sideline if he tried to play that one. They push it back. Solomon. Solomon trying to find the edge. He's got Rahi. 2 defenders are there. Bronco now. The Saints are probably going to go across the field. They do. This one's tight. The Saints are able to get it away far side. Here comes Reno. Reno puts on the brakes and gets it back to Mayu. Little give and go. Nice pass. Reno has a bit of a run down the left sideline, but loses the angle. Taken away by the Falcons. Oh, a beautiful slide in there from Reno, and Solomon's able to control. Oh, step through. Oh, almost had the defender beat. Solomon again. Looks like he's got the ball on a string off his foot. It'll be a throw in on the far side. Substitution now. Soberai comes out. Trying to see the number coming in. That's 11. That's Alessio Pizzuto. He's got a couple goals this year, so looking to get some offensive firepower down the stretch from Pizzuto. This ball sent in. The Saints have to hurry back defensively. Ventura defends. This one's sent on goal, headed away by the Saints. Kicked away the midfield. Fanshawe pressuring. Just over a quarter hour to go. Another one sent towards the goal. And kicked away, and now Solomon's got some room. Solomon, a big ball. There's Pizzuto. Pizzuto is 1 on about 5, and now getting some help, but he loses possession. The Falcons control near side, and we're officially now at a quarter hour remaining in regular time, plus any added time we might have. Nice pass up the middle through a couple of Saints defenders. Oh, just missed a centering ball. McLean tried to send it to the center, but missed his mark. A little chip. Solomon controls. He's got Pizzuto spinning up. Pizzuto tries to sprint to the corner. He's unable to catch up to that one. It's going to cross the goal line, and that'll be a kick for De Silva. Shots are 12-4 in favor of the Saints. Coming into this one, Fanshawe was averaging 13 shots per game. Only at 4 here today. They do have an important one that got past the keeper. The Saints right around their average right now. Average actually 11.9. They stand at 12. The only saves made in this one were by De Silva. He's made 5 of them. No saves by Rahi yet. The one header got past him. Substitution again on the far side. Looks like we got one from each side. That's 25 coming out of the match. That's Jaworski. Saba back on. Saba got a quick breather. And now he'll be in it for the last 14 minutes of this one. That one looked like it might have been a handball. I couldn't quite see from this vantage point. And Fanshawe will have it. Left boot to the near side. McLean's over there. Edge of the box, one-on-one. Left, big save. He tried to go short side onto Rahi and able to make the save. But that's going to result in a corner kick. So let's see what they do on the corner. A couple times they've gone short side and tried to bring the ball in. This time they're looking for a more traditional corner. See if they can hook one in with the right boot. Lots of traffic in front of the net. This one's high. Headed towards the goal, just over the net. Rahi had to leap just in case that one was getting close, in case he had to punch it away. But a nice header on the far side by Fanshawe. Near side, Bronco has it. Solomon tries to control, and he gets some help. The Saints have it. Oh, they send in Ventura on the right boot. Oh, that's up over everything through the uprights. A beautiful pass up the middle and just got his foot underneath the bouncing ball and chipped it up over the head of De Silva. And this game remains even at 1. Big boot down the field. And look how far the goalie has to come out. Has to play it with his foot outside the penalty area. Saints control midfield. Rahi waits for help. Oh, nice little heel pass to Bronco. Bronco gets tripped up, inadvertent. They're not going to call that. It's a good play on. Midfield, Fanshawe controls. Pass to the near sideline. And that's turned over quickly. Bronco has it. Tries to go up the middle. Defended, and the Saints have it. Mayhew's over there. Looks like Brody Reno as well on the back line for the Saints. Brody Reno, number 16, listed as defender, but you'll see him up in the action quite a bit. He's not afraid to come off that back line to try and start some offense. And here he comes again. Tries to get Solomon off and running. There's a big boot. Everyone appears onside. Ventura chasing to the corner. He controls. Centering ball. That's headed straight up into the air and pushed away. Bronco has to race for it. Saba. And Saba elects to go all the way back. Big boot in from Thwaites. That's going to get past everyone, it appears. And it does. And as we mentioned, there's Brody Reno up in the thick of things on the far side. Logging some miles here today. Intercepted by the Saints. Saba controls midfield. Back to Thwaites. Right around 10 minutes to go in this one, plus any added time. They try and chip one up. That's turned over by Rahi. Fanshawe controls. Saba feels the pressure on, hangs on. He's got Nick Rahi with him, ahead of steam, jumps through a couple players. Him and Solomon are there. Works his way to the outside. Rahi still, that's going to result in the corner. Nice one-man effort from Nicholas Rahi. He's 5'11" out of Leamington, second-year player. So a big corner kick coming here for the Saints. They lead 13-6 in the shot department. 1-1 on the scoreboard. We're coming down to the final minutes of this one. Saints looking to get the full 3 points here. The Saints at the top of the box, getting ready to crash in on the corner. Looks like half a dozen white shirts there ready to crash in. Ventura standing right on the goal line for the Saints as Rahi steps over to the corner to take it. There's a ball short side. That's just going to be another corner. I don't think Rahi wanted to kick one that low. So the left footer. Going to try it again. See if he can get this one up a little bit to see if the Saints can put a head on it and get in the back of the net. This one's way high. That's almost too far up now. So the first one a little too low. Second one a little too high. As he looks like he's trying to work a cramp out on the near side, Rahi is. So we're in the 83rd minute of this one. We're tied at 1. And a big boot over everybody's head. And they go near side to Bronco. Bronco to Saba. Fanshawe has it midfield. And that's stolen away by Saba. Saba looking for somewhere to go with it. And has to pull it back. And there's Silva with him. Silva goes far side over to Reno. Mayu gets it into Ventura. Left boot. There's Pizzuto. Pizzuto puts a boot on his goal! Oh, the offside flag is up! I think there's an offside. No goal. No goal on the offside. The Saints can't believe it. They thought they had one. The crowd in disbelief. And take a look at the replay. I don't know if we can see it. Can we see the offside? Tough to see if Pizzuto was offside or not on that replay. He looked like he was okay. But the flag went up, and this game stays deadlocked at 1. Here comes Saba. Saba to the outside, the Rahi. Pressure now by the Saints. Left boot, top corner, just misses. A nice left boot. So the Saints just mere inches probably away on the offside from taking a 2-1 lead here late in this match. Knuckleball up the pitch. Bronco goes and chases. And the crowd still reeling from that offside. A goal taken away from Pizzuto on the offside. Nope, who's down now? That's Thomas Saba down on the turf. And there was a little discussion on the near side from the officials. I didn't see what quite happened there to Saba. Looks like he came together with 14, it looked like. Zach Taylor. Taylor, 6'3" defender. So it looks like there was a foul called. They're checking to see where the ball needs to go. Referee checking on Saba. Takes a look at his watch. Referee's just going to drop this one into play. And we're back underway. So the Saints close to taking a lead. Here's another long ball. Reno sends it to the middle, but no white shirts in the area. Offside flag up and the Saints have possession. That one goes right off the backside, and he's not feeling well after that one, taking a big boot from Saba. They play on. Ventura has control. Brody Reno, left boot to the middle. Tries to get it to Solomon, unable to do so. Saints still control Mayu. This one gets sent back, and now they're going to blow the whistle. So I don't know if he got kicked. That ball might have got him midsection. He tried to block that big boot from Thomas Saba. And they're going to bring the trainer in again. So this will probably add some minutes onto the final little bit. 4 minutes and change here to go, plus some added time. The trainer tending to the injured player. Finally making his way back up to his feet. It was number 22. Jacob Bunsevich. And there's what we have coming up, presented by We Digital, is OFC semifinal action. Sioux College comes to town, takes on the St. Clair Saints. 1 p.m. kickoff. And take note of that kickoff. Earlier than normal on the Saturday. The Saints look to win that one to move on to the finals, which would be also here at Acumen. Reigning, defending national champions here. So we're getting ready to get underway here as the Falcons control. Quickly turned over, the Saints have it. They see Pizzuto up in the middle, lurking around. Again, he had a goal on his foot, but just a little bit offside. Defender comes from behind here, and the Saints player regroups. Near side the Bronco, Noah Bronco. He's been all over the pitch for the Saints here today. And here comes Nick Rahi. He had that last-second goal last week. And that's going to get past everybody, it appears. Just past the boundary line. Solomon tried to chase it down. Another substitution coming for the Saints. It looked like Bronco might be the one coming off. I didn't quite see the number. It looked like, I don't believe it was Bronco, but a substitution for the Saints. In the final minutes of this one, Fanshawe hits a big boot on it. Nice kick across the field. But the Falcons have possession. Tried to roll one in. This is trouble. The Saints just trying to chip it away, trying to get a shot on goal. And Thwaites has it, and Mayu finally kicks it away. Fanshawe putting pressure in the final moments of this one. Far side, Ventura's got space. He's got Pizzuto trying to sneak in on the far side. High ball up to Rahi. Headed away. Now Bronco is still on the pitch. Working with Rahi. Rahi chips a left boot in there just past Reno and another forward of the Saints. As we're approaching the final seconds of regulation, have some added time from some of the stoppages and injuries here in the second half. Fanshawe putting that big boot, trying to get a possession game here. And we're now into added time. We're tied at 1. And the Saints were able to score in added time on Saturday against Mohawk. Look to do the same against Fanshawe. Uh-oh, the goalie's way out. Gets tripped up. What are they going to call? They play on. No whistles. Fanshawe looking for a foul in the penalty area, which would have been devastating. A little miscommunication from the Saints on that one. And now Reno's going to come all the way back. Reno controls, slowly bringing it up the far side, puts a big boot on it, sends it towards midfield. Oh, handball, they're calling for it. Yeah, they blow it. A handball. The Saints are going to have to hurry here as they rush the ball up to get set up here. We're now entering the 2nd minute of added time. We'll keep an eye on our head referee. We didn't get a signal of the minute, so we'll have to just keep an eye on our head referee from time to time. Big kick from near midfield coming up. Chipped in towards the goal. Headed once. They got a player there. The big boot. Oh, saved on the goal mouth. Saved again. A couple of big opportunities for the Saints. Unable to put one past this. And that's going to be a corner. Wow, what an opportunity for St. Clair to take a lead here in added time. Almost for the 2nd week in a row. A great opportunity as that ball got chipped towards the goal mouth. And Reno put a big boot on it. Here's another corner. That one's high above everybody. Nice try by Thwaites trying to karate kick that one in. We're now into the 3rd minute of added time. We're even at 1 here. Soberai in the 57th, Costa in the 66th, and that's where we stand here in this one. Again, watching the head referee from time to time. Fanshawe puts a big boot on it past mid-season field, and that's all she wrote here from Acumen Stadium today with just 2.5 minutes of added time. This one is a draw. My name is Dan Dominguez on behalf of everybody here at We Digital. Thank you for joining us on Seniors Day for OCAA soccer. The women win 5-1. The men pull a draw 1-1. And that's all here from Acumen Stadium. On behalf of everyone, thank you very much and have a good night.